Let's move on. Let's take a look at MACE RUEGG, who's in action, very early days in his young career as well. He's up against a guy in LEVI Dunn who we've seen recently on one of these shows. Dunn looking for that first win. MACE RUEGG, who is 3-0, the Bournemouth man. This one at lightweight. So there's the tail of the tape. Let's get them to the ring now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lee Eaton for MTK Global proudly presents 4 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. Our timekeeper at the belt for this contest will be Gary Grennan, and our referee in charge scoring the action will be Michael Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our officials. It is now time to introduce our boxers. First, boxing out of the red corner, tonight he wears the black and red short. He weighed in at 136.2 pounds. Tonight he's taking part in his 3rd contest as a professional from Prestwich, Levi Chili Dunn. And please welcome his opponent facing him across the ring in the blue corner. Tonight, he wears the black shorts. He weighed in at 135.1 pounds. He has a perfect professional record, 3 wins from 3 contests. From Bournemouth, MACE RUEGG!
Looking forward to seeing the latest instalment in the young career of MACE RUEGG. He's only 20 years old. Looks like he's crammed in plenty in a relatively short space of time. Barry, quite an energetic, fast twitch style that he's got, but it looks like that's been honed since he was in that boxing league. It was like an electric eel, I think, a year or 2 ago, but certainly starting to quieten that down, and he's got an interesting style.
Being elusive, and you know, sometimes it can work tremendously for you at a certain level and you get caught out, but I think being elusive is always a good thing. But you also have some structure to your game, because when things don't work, you need to be able to know how to keep your hands up, your footwork to move around properly without being just always a puzzle to solve. So sometimes you need to have that little bit of a traditional structure to some of your work, but he doesn't want to lose that elusiveness either. That's obviously what's got him to where he is so far. What you do notice with him, is how big his legs are and how wide his stance is, and that's usually a kickboxing or a martial arts sort of a background, isn't it?
It's been a tough introduction to professional boxing life for Levi Dunn, that's for sure. He's been in against the prospects. We called his debut, Barry, didn't we, last September, where he was in against Scotland's Mark McEwen, and in the end the referee stopped the contest on that occasion, and then he went the distance with Josh Holmes last time out back in December.
That's a little sneaky a bit there from RUEGG.
Yeah, and a fast counter left as he switched to southpaw too.
Just waiting for Dunn. Maybe just waiting just a little bit too long. He's made Dunn miss with everything, but I think just by the feel of it, he probably feels that he's probably pushing back, I would have thought, with some shots.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. He picked that beautifully. Really sharp start this from RUEGG. Such a far cry, of course, from when he made his debut. Was it just over a year ago it was as well. So sort of friends and family there and supporters on that noisy night. Here we are, sort of 12 and a half, 13 months on. No crowds, hopefully that's just around the corner.
He's got nothing. I want you to own it. Okay, that was you being nice. How fucking own it. I don't want you racking off your movement. Start enjoying yourself. Double the jab combination. Let's have a bit of movement. Let's have a bit of mace. Okay? Don't let him into it.
And I see some of the action. Heavily tattooed Mace RUEGG. You saw the tattoos on the scalp of his dad, Danny, who's in the corner as well. He was a pro himself. Danny, a few years back.
He's showing sharp counters, isn't he? And you've got good reflection, you've got good vision. And I think, you had a good time in that first round, controlled everything, and you can see at the end of the round he was beaming with confidence. Just feel now he can start to maybe turn the screws here undone and apply a little bit of pressure, because I think it's well within him now to do that.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Muay Thai shorts and background, but boxing was very much what he loved. And he certainly enjoys and loves being in there, I think it's fair to say.
That's what he does quite well, so when you get close, he moves his feet really fast and he pulls you with him a little bit, but he doesn't allow you to hold on. Got to double up the jab here, then, if he wants to get any sort of success. Trying to hit the guy who's constantly moving tag, especially the upper body, who's constantly shifting. You have to double up that jab.
Yeah, you could see on that debut when we called him back in September, Dunn, you could see he didn't, that sort of first time in the pro, he didn't quite know when to hold on, how to close the gap. You could see he knows his way around a little bit. He's got a bit of sort of bare knuckle, white collar background experience done. Learning, I suppose, how to be an opponent so early on against young prospects, not an easy skill to acquire on the hoof. How to do enough, but maybe not too much. Where you pick your spots, your gaps, and how to negate the potential trouble, as we saw Chapman do in the previous fight. Oh, that's a really fast 1-2 combination.
And he switches stance, doesn't he?
Immediately.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's so smooth that you almost don't notice.
Yeah, he's really sharp, and as I say, the previously, earlier on in his career, that kind of style, when he was in the boxing league, it was a bit more herky-jerky, and there wasn't the control, I think, the poise that you're seeing now, and hopefully that's going to develop as well. When you can punch as kind of sharply with those counters as Barry as he can, the only thing I tend to feel is you don't want to be pot shotting.
No, but he's sharp, and he will take the centre ring. He's still essentially a counter punch. He wants you to throw, so he can make you miss and make you pay. That's what he's looking for. But I think maybe he should every now and again take the initiative.
Looking good though.
I know you can do a lot more. Survival. Alright? Okay? Don't think about the show going so much. Understand. Think about slick, fast down to I know you. 2 rounds. Okay? Good? Up and tempo.
Seconds. corners. Second down, round 3.
Here we go then into round 3. Plenty to like about what Mace Ruegg is putting forth. Really flashy, sharp skills. I mean, he's very much in control of this, Barry. Is there anything you'd like to see from him to dominate?
Well, he's not doing anything wrong. He hasn't taken a punch, and he's winning with ease. So, you know, why should he do anything different? He's controlling the pace. I do think, though, he can be more effective. If we're splitting hairs, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think with someone like Dunn, who's there right in front of him, I think he's be an easy tag for him to hit. He should let his hands move just a little bit more. I think the combinations he has, nice, beautiful, fast hands, nice and sharp and snappy with the combinations. And I think he threw that shot there. You know, a right hook to follow it would have been a nice little add-on for that, just to make it even look more spectacular, I think. But he has his style. He's elusive, making you hard. He wants to frustrate you, make you miss, encourage you to come on, so you leave yourself open to counters. That's his style. You can see that. And I don't know if he carries any weight in the shots, but they look like they're a bit snappy. So if they're not bone crunching, I think they're the shots you have to, you know, that will demand respect.
Oh, there's a nice left hand as well. He's got the skills, hasn't he? Plenty of them, and he's looked on it. On point, sharp. Oh, heads. Was that the heads came close together? Ooh. Yeah, that looked uncomfortable. I think there's a little. That looked uncomfortable for Dunn. The head almost came up like an uppercut. It was an accident. He's got that kind of fast twitch style.
Yeah, just made him miss slightly. I think it's hard with Ruegg because he's just got such good movements that he look like you're going to hit him with a shot. He just takes a little slide to the side, make you miss by an inch. It's good to see Dunn trying to be a little bit more proactive, and the only worry is there, though he does open himself up at some of these sharp counters here. See, that's better doing it from here, see, because he got the good of a body movement. He doesn't need to slide too far away with the feet. Yeah, Ruegg, he can stay right in front of him. He'll just move from the waist.
Well, he's hardly taken a punch, hasn't he? Ruegg, look how sharp and fast he's looking. Very much in control of this, and I think he's enjoying himself too.
He's got a jack in the box, isn't he? He's so fast.
He's got some moves, hasn't he, this kid, and still very, very young too. I think Dad'll be chuffed, I suspect, pleased with what he's seen so far from Mace. Maybe let's just get a reaction from our man as well. Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what, I remember begging the powers that be at MTK Global to sign young Mace. I think he's a very, very good fighter. He's a little fireball. He reminds me of Vinny Pazienza. Barry will tell you all about him in a bit. But there's certain things that he needs to work on, but this is the best place for him to work on, is in the ring. So certain things where I think that he needs to calm down and be more consistent with his punches, and stop looking for one big shot. But it's a good performance so far.
Seconds out for the fourth and final round.
Into the fourth and final round, thanks to Spence. I'll tell you what, he'd settle for some of Paz's fame and fortune.
well, not some of his fortune. Some of the fortune, yeah, it was really unfortunate, wasn't he? Breaking his back and
fortune and unfortune. Great story. Made it into a movie. And hell of a fighter too. And this young guy, just early stages of the journey. At the age of 20 already, having crammed plenty into his young life.
But I can see it. No, Spencer mentioned it. I can see it. I couldn't even see it before. I didn't really think of Pazienza, but no, he says you can see it, can't you, every time he moves. Especially when he throws the hand, you know, when he's in the orthodox stance, throws that right hand forward and sort of switches his feet over.
I suppose maybe you can see, actually, there's just those moments, actually, when you can see maybe why he's more comfortable counter-punching, because the only times he's looked in any kind of danger, actually, is when he's come forward sort of aggressively. It's the only times he's looked like he might get hit. Just saw it in that little exchange previously.
Good dip of the shoulder there, though, from Ruegg there, throwing that little uppercut through the nose. I just feel like, you know, sometimes, again, picking hairs, but when he throws those punches, it just feels like there's another shot to come. I don't mean to unload too many, but you throw 1-2 now and again, and you just think there's another shot in that combination just to finish it off.
Yeah, that's the point I was making earlier about kind of pot shotting. It's so eye-catching, but single shots maybe it's too often. But he's so sharp, lovely again. And
there as well off the ropes there, nice little lean back uppercut and a left hand over the top. But because he has such good upper body movement, he can make the miss from close, as we see here. And then count, doesn't move the feet too far back to be in range, you know, to make him miss and then throw back.
And that's again about kind of style we're talking about. And that's something that could evolve. You know, certainly off the back foot, his defense is absolutely spot on. Maybe the next sort of layer into his education is weaving that in when he's on the front foot too.
He's boxed well. It's been a breeze for him, hasn't it? Let's be honest. He's enjoyed himself. He's done a good shot.
Lovely shot again. Some of the shots. Oh, there's a terrific left hand. Lands another one again, and there in the kind of firefight in the exchange, he was happy to stay in range and back himself. And suddenly an eye-catching flurry, and he was loving every minute of it. I think he's thoroughly enjoyed himself in front of the cameras tonight, and we've just got a little taster about how much fun this kid could be in the coming months.
He didn't know. I think he thought it was another round. He'd gone back to his corner to go and sit down, I think, as much as he was enjoying himself. It's good to watch, I think, you know. I think there's plenty of things for him to work on, of course, but like there's everybody. But I think, you know, a lot of these are some real good stuff. Some stuff that's natural as well, you know, the upper body movement, the vision he has to make you miss up close, and a little bit of gamesmanship there, as we see, a little bit of showmanship, and with still plenty of respect in it. He's good to watch. I quite liked him. And also, as he goes through the gears, that style he has there has two sides to it. As you go up the levels, you get massively exposed, and then you get knocked away with it, or it works so well that you're a nightmare for everybody. It can be a real you know, either side of the coin sort of scenario with that. But either way, it'll be fun.
Yeah, that was good to watch. He was like a little electric leprechaun, wasn't he, in there at times? Let's get confirmation of the result.
Okay, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to our referee Michael Alexander's scorecard, which reads 40 points to 36 in favour of your winner, Mace Ruegg!
Yes, he won every round and almost every moment of every round as well. A really sharp performance that. He loved it, and I think plenty of people will have enjoyed it too, and intrigued to see, Barry, what the next chapter holds for this young man.
Well, again, I said we spoke about it in the last fight. I think this is another kid here who will want. I think he'll demand a test. I think you see the confidence he has in his work, and how easy he controls everything when he's in the ring. Even when he's defensive, he's controlling the pace, he's controlling the narrative of the whole fight. That he'll want a bigger test. He'll want to step up against guys who could be more aggressive, and I think a more aggressive style will probably make him look even more elusive and be a more nightmare for anyone. So I think he's got a good future. He's fun to watch, and that's the main thing. And yeah, I liked him. I thought that was a good display.
Mace, well done. Barry Jones, just saying in commentary, really enjoyed watching you box tonight. Looked like you enjoyed being out there too.
Yeah, I loved it, to be honest with you. It was absolutely amazing just to get out and get the opportunity. I really did enjoy that, you know, to showcase my skills. That's the main thing. So,
and having sort of seen you in the boxing league previously,
yeah,
it looks like you're just starting to slow things down,
yeah,
find your style and hone that.
I think that just comes with maturity, and obviously as I tick on with my pro career, you'll see a lot more calm and relaxed. Well, I've got quite an erratic style, unfortunately, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I enjoyed it. It was really good.
It looks like you're really getting into it the last sort of 20 or 30 seconds.
I got a bit excited. I got a bit over myself, but obviously I'm a professional athlete. I've got to keep calm and collective, but I did let myself a little bit down there, and I got a little bit excited then.
We enjoyed it. And do you feel like you're more of a counter puncher? Is that naturally your style?
I'm a sort of fighter. I will adapt to my thing, really, to my surroundings. If he wants to come and push me, I'll be on the back foot. If he wants to be on the back foot, I'll apply pressure. But I just like boxing, really. So, you know, I'm happy. It's all right.
Listen, I think a happy boxer is a good boxer. Would your dad in the corner with you as well?
Yeah, my dad.
Was he happy with that?
Yeah, I think he was happy, and me coach John as well. But I just want to say, thanks to all the team, all the MTK team. The staff are absolutely amazing. Lee, Tom, everyone's helped me and pushed me out there. So my heart's out to you boys. So thank you very much.
And you seem like it feels like you've packed in a load in your life already, but you're only a young man. There's hopefully plenty
young
to come.
man, but I'm a young dad as well. I've got a beautiful little daughter, and my main thing for me boxing is for her. So I want to give her the life that she can't have. So, you know,
that's your motivation.
Proud. Yeah.
I think you'll. When do you think you're going to get back out again?
As soon as Lee or Tom wants me to get out, I've got a few family things to sort out, and then sort that out, and then get back out competing and doing what I do. So
top man, we really enjoyed it. Well done.
Thank you. I honestly appreciate it. Thank you very much, boys.
Top man, really good. What a great character.
Oh yes, Dad.
What a great character. And there he is with his hands raised, which has become a familiar refrain for him in his young career. Well, I think you enjoyed his style. I think Spencer loved the post-fight interview as well.
I did.
Fantastic.
I like the kid.
What a great kid.
I like he's such a nice kid, seriously. Forget about all the bravado that he's doing in there. Who he is as a human being, he's such a nice young man. I've known him a little while, so it's fitting to me to say, like, I'm actually working on a show that he's fighting on. It means a lot. I'm welling up now, so I'm getting emotional.
Uncle Spence. But as you say, Barry, it's honing that particular style in these most demanding of waters.
He didn't put a foot wrong. He controlled everything, and it was an easy night's work for him. Let's be truthful. So that he gives credit for that. What I only say about that style, I'm not saying that's going to happen to him. That style can have two effects. That when you move on, you're just giving people your chin. So it works against a lower level, against another. When you step at the levels, you come unstuck. We've seen it time and time again. But we've also seen other people, Vinny Pazienza and others, who've used that style, very similar style, and gone all the way with it.
100%.
You can be a nightmare at that style, especially with that energy. If you can do that energy for 8, 10, 12 rounds, the fast twitch fibres, they're a nightmare to come up against. I've been up against someone like that, and they're a nightmare.
He's got legs like Naz as well.
Yeah.
He's got very thick legs, and Barry's absolutely right. You can either come a cropper or you can come proper. So let's hope he comes proper and not a cropper, and we never know what's going to happen with these kids.
Good line.